Hello and thanks for tuning in. I'm Holly Shields here for Kalkine Media, welcoming you to Executive Corner Expert Talks Canada. Today we'll be narrowing in on Usha Resources, the Canadian junior exploration company focused on exploring and advancing early-stage, high-grade precious and base metal projects across North America. And joining us today to share their insights is none other than Usha's CEO, Deepak Varshney. Deepak, thanks very much for joining us today.
Hey, thanks for having me. Appreciate it.
It's great to have you on the show. Now, first and foremost, what are some of the key factors that really set Usha Resources apart from its peers in the region?
Yeah, I think that great question. So we're an opportunity to take part in multiple sectors in the resource world. Our flagship project, of course, Jackpot Lake. It's a lithium project. But we also have a wonderful nickel asset and a great gold asset. And so I think when you partake in the Usha story, you get to be involved in three, what I think are really standalone projects in what is an attractive early stage investment.
Very well said there. You certainly have a very diverse portfolio. And in addition to other preparations for this site, you've just had the drill rig arrive to that Jackpot Lake lithium brine project via Harris Exploration, which is a really key development for the project there. What can we look forward to seeing from this maiden drill program?
Yeah, I mean, it's so exciting to finally be on site drilling. This is going to be a project that's going to deliver a resource estimate. That's our goal. We have a lithium brine project, so it's very different, I think, than what you see when you have a hard rock or a clay project, in that it's the old saying, drill baby drill. You're going to be drilling for a long time, tens of thousands of meters. Here we permitted 2,700 meters, but really we only need to drill 2 holes to get to a resource estimate because of the nature of the project. You're going to an underground lake and you're drilling water wells, right? So you're putting 2 straws into a glass of water, so to speak. And so because of the nature of the project, we'll be able to come out with a resource estimate at the end of this program.
Certainly exciting stuff, and it's safe to say you're making some great headway there on the site. And we know that lithium has tremendous potential as a resource, and that's currently being reflected in the demand for the metal. How well would you say Usha Resources is positioned to capitalize on that demand?
Yeah, for sure, right? I think that the fact that we're located in Nevada is a huge asset to this company. So, with the Biden initiative, with the Inflation Reduction Act, there's a real focus on domestic production in, the United States, North America. And so having a lithium property in Nevada, which is home to the only producing mine in North America. I think that's something that's overlooked often, is that the only mine that is currently producing lithium in North America is in Nevada. It's a few hours away from our project. It's the same style of project as ours. It's Albemarle Silver Peak project. And the only, I think the next mine that's going to be going into production is also in Nevada. So I think there's a huge advantage for us to be in a country where they support domestic production of lithium moving forward. A lot of incentives for that, and so yeah, for sure, it's a good spot to be in.
Absolutely, I think you're right on the money there. Now, speaking of lithium, could you tell us maybe a bit more about lithium grading and what type of grades differentiate a decent project, say, from a high quality project?
For sure, it's a great question, right? So I think that typically when you look at lithium brines, we'll focus on brines because of the nature of our project. South America, you see 400 or 500 ppm and upwards from there. But in the US and in Canada, it's a different scenario. So typically, a project will be 100, 120. So Albemarle's project right now, for example, Silver Peak, has an average grade of 121 ppm. When you look at these Canadian projects for E3 Metals, and so these other producers, they're in double digits, 80, 85 ppm. So it's a different scenario here where you're looking to be in that 100 to 200 ppm range to really have a successful brine project, I think.
And that's the range that investors should really keep their eyes peeled for.
Yeah, I think so. And really that's, I think that's in the US because it's a different market, right? I think when you're looking, as I said, South America, if you went and say, hey, I found 200 ppm, people would probably laugh at you. But in the US, that's a great project. And so it's low-hanging fruit, so to speak, and I think just a real advantage for us to be in Nevada.
Very well said there. Thanks for breaking down that distinction for us. Now, could you tell us a little bit more about your share structure, cash on the balance sheet, and maybe your market cap as well?
Yeah, so I mean, those are all advantages for us. So we're a very early stage. We only have just over 35 million shares outstanding, of which just over 70% are still owned by insiders, management, shareholders with a long-term view of the company. And so that's, a huge advantage, great share structure. We've got just over 2.5 million working capital from our last financials. So, we're well funded, able to go out and execute on our projects and, hopefully deliver here on our programs. And so it's all in a very small market cap. We're only about 11 million market cap, I think at a severe discount to some of our peers in the space. So it's a very attractive package.
Very well said there. Definitely agree. It's certainly notable, your market cap, and something to consider in comparison to your peers. It could be maybe safe to say that you are, in fact, undervalued.
Yeah, I mean, I like to think so, right? I mean, I think there's going to be a happy medium between where you should be and you could be. And, at the end of the day, your price is kind of dictated by, of course, the market. But I think when we look at a lot of other exploration stage companies in Nevada, for example, that are focused on lithium, you see our peers are trading at multiples to where we are today at a very similar stage in their life cycle. So I think, it's obviously, I think, a very attractive entry point right now where we are.
Definitely agree there. Now, Deepak, going forward, what are some of the key milestones that we should be keeping an eye out for Usha Resources?
So for sure, the drilling is, I think, the biggest one, right? So we just started drilling a week ago. Drilling is well underway here. It's been going great. We have been finding, evaporite crystals that really show that this is the right setting for us to be in. And so I think, coming up here for the next few months, you'll see more updates on the drilling, completion of our first hole, second hole results. And at the same time, one of the things we're working on, I want to touch base on, is this. Another catalyst for the company is our spin out of our nickel asset. So we've got a fantastic nickel project in Ontario. It's something that was our flagship project to start. We pivoted towards lithium. We're really happy with our flagship project today, but that property can stand alone on itself. It's got a whole 64 meters from surface, 1% average nickel. So I think it's a really good project, and we're spinning that out into its own company, Formation Metals. And so what'll happen is shareholders will receive, for every, it's 5-to-1, so it's a 20% share dividend. And so what'll happen is for every 10,000 shares, let's say, of Usha you own on a share record date that's coming up early in 23, you'll receive 2,000 shares. So it's for every 10,000 shares, you get 2,000 shares free. You don't have to do anything. It's just a nice, I think, a way to reward shareholders, unlock that value that we have in an asset that we're not focused on right now.
Absolutely. So there is certainly a lot to keep an eye out for there, but thanks for breaking that down for us. Now, just before we wrap up, where's the best place for investors to find out more info about Usha Resources?
Yeah, I would say I would encourage everyone to go to our website, to download our corporate materials, and to contact myself and Tyler Muir, who's our IR guy. And, I think I am more than happy. Please, call me, email me, call Tyler, email him, and just, ask us as many questions. And, please subscribe to our news. We're very active with our updates. So, all those things are a great way to get in touch with us and stay up to date with what's going on.
Very well said there. And thanks for sharing that once again. And thanks for coming on today and sharing your insights with us. It's been absolutely great to speak with you.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Hope to be back soon.
Terrific. Thanks for your time as well, viewers. If you've just joined us, that was Deepak Varshney, the CEO of Usha Resources, doing some very exciting stuff in this space, so do keep an eye out. And if you missed any part of that chat, you can catch the full interview here on our YouTube channel at Kalkine Media. I'm Holly Shields.